Hello everyone and welcome to a new Exocet video. Today we have here our new Windfoil range. I'm here with Patrice. Patrice, we have the RF foil here, the Freefoil here. What can you tell about the difference between the two?
Well, between those two lines of boards, we have the RF foil, which are designed for racing, either upwind, more for the RF 85 for slalom racing. And then we'll have the freeride part with the freefoil. They're pretty similar in length, but the presentation is very different. While the RF foil have a lot of features for slalom, the freefoil here will have a more simplified design just for a different category of windfoiler.
Alright, so let's go a bit deeper into the freefoil. We have here two different boards standing. I think the construction is the main difference.
Well, construction is the main difference. We have AST construction, which is available in 112 liter, 132 liter. The construction, iron construction, which is 112 and 132. We really made it as light as possible, this board. The feature on this board also is that you can freefoil with different push strap position, more insight for people who are not so used to it. I want to sail a bit more straight because they're a bit concerned with the height of the board. They're a bit concerned also not to gain too much speed. So very often at the beginning, people will often sail only with the front foot strap. Yeah. Sometimes they don't even have to use the back foot straps. And same for the back foot straps, as the board is a bit more built in the pintail, relatively, because the tail will get a bit more narrow, so it also makes it easier because we are not so much in line like the RF foil will be, which brings a lot more power to go, for example, upwind, which can become very technical when you go downwind or when you go on reach, when you start to get some a bit too much speed.
Yeah. So a lot more control basically with the foot strap position.
Exactly, and that's also what we did. So the bottom of the board, the shape of the board is built like a conventional windsurf board. It will glide on the plane pretty quickly. You can decide basically when you want to take off and when you don't want to take off. So you will have a feel of full planing, and this is also because we put the fin box pretty far forward on the board. So having so much distance here will make the board very flat on the water, and then it will pop very constant, you know, and it makes it more accessible for people who are starting to foil.
All right, then we have here the RF foil board. This is the 85 version. It looks a bit odd. What does the shape of the board do exactly?
Yes, it does look a bit odd, and they have all the different features have a purpose. So for example, if we start from the tail of the board, from the back of the board, we will have the board that is shaped into a V. Why is that? It's because we are trying to take away as much foam as possible for the takeoff. The foot strap also positioned compared to the bottom of the board, the back foot strap will be a lot lower than the front foot straps. That's a feature also we also see a lot on kiteboards, and it does allow to put more pressure on the front foot and gain more control. Often when we start to go very fast, the front foot start to be a bit floaty if we have the back foot strap too high. So the deck shape goes very on a quite sharp angle at the beginning, and then we will finish fairly flat with a little bit of curve for the aerodynamic on the deck.
Yeah.
As the board is going really pretty fat on fairly on the straight line here, we dig like kind of a hole or a big recess on the deck to lower the center of gravity of the rig. So it gives a little bit of extra control, and it also makes the rig, if you put it forward or backwards, onto a straight line compared to the deck of the board. Yeah. Because if we would put it the same direction, if we would put the mast foot forward, it will also be a lot higher than if we put it in the back.
To compromise a lot, the big followers there.
So this board also, as we can see, has a very thick wall in the front. The thick wall in the front prevent. The main purpose is to for the touchdown. So in choppy water, when it's the water really hard, it will bounce back. A lot of boards which have thinner rail the water will go over the deck, and they will spend a lot more time sucking the water. So this board will bounce back, and it's also quite comfortable because in light wind, with the weight of the rig, the weight of the sailor, you have this extra volume that makes it quite balanced and to pop in the foot strap very quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
So we also combine the bottom of the board with a huge recess here. This recess, again, is to take away some foam. We did it very far out towards the front foot straps in a way that we can pop the foil either on the reaching leg. We don't have to bear off so hard to get on the foil and to get some speed, and to make sure that the board will pop up instantly, and this is for sailors that already are good foilers. There is no foam behind the mast, so the mast is as far back as possible, and this way the board will just pop. This is exactly what we did the opposite on the Freefoil. We want a takeoff which is very slow. Like this, the sailor will have a bit of time to adapt, grab to hook on the harness, and to put a position in the foot straps.
Yeah.
Here, people already know what they want, and they want the board to pop up when there is a slight gust on the water.
Quick as possible.
As quick as possible, exactly.
Then something what I noticed is that the boards don't have the double density shock absorbers, and they also have a different foot strap on them, both foil boards. What's the reason for this? Well,
shock absorber have one reason on the windsurf board. We want to have comfort. Mm-hmm. We want to get the feel that if we go in choppy water, if we go in a rough condition, we have all the comfort needed and the control needed. On the foil board, it's very different. We want direct contact, and we don't have any issues with riding on flat surface. We are pretty much foiling, so there is no reason to have a shock absorber on both Freefoil and RS.
Yeah.
But what we saw also from the beginning on foil board is that very often, like on windsurf board, when we put a foot in the foot strap, the toes are always going a little bit high. So what we did here, we did like a symmetrical foot straps for the big toe to have a less gap to go up as possible. And it does give a lot more control. So the foot is really locked into the foot straps, which is a little bit, I would say, disturbing at the beginning, but you gain a lot of control with this kind of foot straps. And they're also extra light because they are not, they will be adjustable through a line of several holes in the front and the back.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for explaining, Patrice. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to know more, please go to the Exocet website, and we see you in the next video.